do a short video to help with core and pelvic floor rehab, a little core connection. So the most important thing when it comes to reestablishing core connection is breaking up our postural habits. So a lot of times our posture can be this way, and so it's really hard to connect with core and pelvic floor if our posture is out of alignment or our spine is not in line. So we're going to start off with just a chest opener, and to do that, just roll up the yoga mat, and you're going to lay over the yoga mat. So a nice tight roll, that's good. And then you're just gonna place it just behind the hips. Come to roll all over it. And then you can just scooch. You wanna make sure your head is supported, so you can scooch down until it is. And of course, one of the other most important things for core connection is the breath. So if you don't connect to the breath while you're doing your movements, you're not connecting to the core in a proper way. So find your breath here. And you can have those knees bent, knees together, and just breathing down to the bottom of the rib cage. The longer you can stay here, the better. So you could do this at the end of the day. You could watch TV like this. Yeah, you kind of have to be looking at the TV this way. But yeah, just staying here, breathing for a couple breaths, and you can pause the video and take a bit longer here. 2 minutes is good, I would say, 2 to 5 minutes. And then once you're finished with that, we're just going to roll over onto one side and get rid of your yoga mat. You can do this with a rolled up towel as well. Okay, once that's out of the way, we're just going to windshield wipe the legs from side to side. Staying with that breath, breathing nice and slow and low. And one more time on each side. And then we'll just give the knees a hug. And I always like to just warm up the pelvis a little bit here, so a hand on each knee. Warming it up. I like to go right into the core exercises because it can be nice just to loosen things up first. We'll switch directions here, circling the other way. Let the pelvis rock back and forth. Okay, and then we'll let that go. Shins parallel to the ceiling and just kind of shimmy your hips away. Keep those shoulders tucked under, shoulders away from the ears. We're coming into a dead bug variation, and this can be a bit of a mind mix-up. So what I'm going to do to avoid that and actually to get a deeper connection here is I'm going to take my right hand to the left knee. I'm just going to add a press. So my knee's connected to the hand, hands connected to the knee. You don't have to push very hard and often start to feel that connection. And then if you are, say, 6 weeks postpartum, it can actually be a little more beneficial to just have a block under the hips, have the hips elevated, or if you're dealing with knee prolapsed organs here, especially the bladder, it can be nice just to have some elevation. So you can do that like this. Okay, so I'm connected here, knee to hand, hand to knee. And then when you're ready, just gonna inhale. I'm gonna take my arm above my head and I'm gonna drop my toes or my heel down. I'm gonna exhale. Continue to exhale until all the air is out. Keep that connection, keep pressing. And then inhale. So you're gonna continue this motion, kind of gazing at the ceiling, trying to create a bit of an opening in the neck. Inhale, really do that exhale. I can't really do it and talk, but we'll go for 2 more. Try to do 10 on each side. Of course, I've lost count. Last one, keep that connection. If you find the block under the hips is annoying or uncomfortable, you can just do it. Hips on the mat. Okay, release that for a moment. You can stretch out the legs or just take a moment here, wiggle the hips or press the hips up. Whatever feels best. And we're gonna get right back into the other side. So I'm gonna set up the opposite thing, hand to knee. Find that connection, so get a little press going. Okay, when you're ready, inhale, tap. Exhale. Slow and controlled. Two more. Last one. Ooh, let it go. Just wiggle the hips or wiggle the knees. Or press up. Gonna remove this block. Lower down. Take the knees into the chest for a moment. Just rock from side to side. Okay, so we have a block. If you don't, maybe you have something you could use. I've also got my Pilates ball if you have one of those. You're gonna use that. You can use your block. You're gonna place it just between the thighs, kind of in the center. And we're just gonna squeeze. Squeeze and exhale. Squeeze and exhale. Think about bringing the abs together or closing the rib cage. And let it go. Okay, as we squeeze this ball, we're going to just press the hips away from you, create a little space in the lower back. And then you're going to tuck the tailbone under. Squeeze the glutes, kind of like you're picking up a marble with your bum cheeks. Squeeze the ball. Lift. And lower. You don't have to have something between the thighs for this, but it can help add a little more connection. Squeeze. Exhale, exhale, exhale. Let it all out. And lower. And lower. Continue on, you're doing great. If you mess up your breath or your connection, just reset. Inhale, create a little space. Exhale, flatten the back. Squeeze that marble, or pick up the marble. Squeeze, and then exhale it all out until the tummy's empty. And then lower. Let's go for two more. Last one. You can hold at the top, really exhale all that air out. Hold and stay, or if you want to add on, you could just lower the cheeks a little bit and squeeze. Release and soften, squeeze and tighten. Release and soften, squeeze. Two more. Last one. Okay, lower that down, release the ball, stretch out the legs. Reach it out, and we'll just come to roll onto our stomachs. Get the hands under the shoulders. Bring those toes away, nice long Gumby stretch. And then when you're ready, just soften the glutes. No tightening there. We're just gonna peel up, reach forward with the crown of the head, back with the toes. We're just bringing back the shoulders, squeezing the shoulder blades, lower down. Reversing that forward motion in the body, that kind of hunched spine that we get from living life or raising babies. Exhale. The rule of thumb, if you don't know when to exhale, when to inhale, just exhale when something's difficult. Exhale. Inhale to soften. Go for 2 more. And lower, last one. The hands are really light, so you can even hover them off the mat. You don't want to be pressing yourself up. We're just using the erector spinae muscles. Gonna reach the arms out in front of you. Pinky toe or pinky finger edges down. All right, reach the toes back. We're just gonna hover right hand off the ground and left toes off the ground. Reach forward, reach back, and lower, and continue on side to side. Reach and lower. Just thinking of hovering and lengthening, staring down at your mat. Continuing on. Alright, take the arms out to the side, cactus arms. From here, so you can kind of keep down, chin down to the mat if you like. And we're just gonna squeeze like you've got a ball between your shoulder blades. I'm gonna hover off the mat, it's a little more comfortable. Hover and squeeze, but think about bringing the elbows down to the side of the body and back. Exhale. And back. And back. We're working those postural muscles to reverse that forward motion in the spine. Get those muscles active so we can reconnect with the core as we continue to work here. Woo, let's do one more. And release, just stretch those arms out for a stretch here. Reach them forward. And take it back to child's pose as we finish up this session. Take the hips back. If they don't reach your heels, who cares? We're just thinking of taking them in that direction. You can rock from side to side if it feels good. Let the belly hang and soften. It's just as important as tightening. You can't get the belly back to a relaxed position, then the muscles won't be able to fully contract. All right, just finish with a couple hip circles here. And either way. All right, last one. You can finish in child's pose, or if it feels comfortable for your spine, we'll just reverse and stretch. Bring the hips forward. Stretch the front line and bring it back. All right, well that's it for today. We'll see you next time.